Bonjour everyone and welcome back to the Waves of Your Soul. I am your humble French tarot reader / deck goblin Marine, and today I wanted to do a little video sharing with you 20 decks to beat the winter blues. These are gonna be 20 tarot and oracle decks that are cute, that are colorful, that are fun, that bring good vibes. And this is really in an attempt to kind of counterspell even the very dreary start of the year that I feel we've had collectively. I don't know if you guys will agree, but personally, and for all of my friends with whom I've talked with, January felt like it was 50 days long. It was the longest month ever. And not only did it feel very long, but there was a lot of shenanigans, a lot of bullshit, a lot of, dare I say it, fuckery that happened collectively. Every time you opened the news, it felt like there was more bad news, more shocking things going on, and it just felt like a very heavy start of the year collectively. So in order to counterspell this and bring some good vibes and a little bit of happy light-heartedness to our day, I wanted to share with you 20 tarot and oracle decks that I think are cute, colorful, fun, bring some good vibes to this start of the year. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Very chill video, very low-key, very casual. Yet this is different to my good mood decks video, because good mood decks for me are decks that create an emotional reaction within me of happiness or happy nostalgia or good memory, something like that. The decks I'm going to share with you today, some of them might be good mood, not all of them are, but they are all cute, they are all colorful, they are all fun, and they are all perfect to use when you need a little bit of a boost, even though not all of them incite a very strong emotional response within me. If you are new here, you should know that in the description box you're gonna find all the names of the decks I'm mentioning today. If I have time, I'll put links, but I will for sure at least put names. You will also find my other social media link. I mostly hang out on YouTube and Instagram these days, and you will find my second channel, The Waves of Your Soul Readings, where I do pick a card readings, monthly tarot guidance, and where I actually put all of these gorgeous decks to good use to do readings for you guys. So today, like I said, I have 20 decks. These are not all of my cute and colorful decks, otherwise we could have had a 3-hour long video. One day I will share with you guys my whole collection, but today I just wanted to pick 20, just a little selection for you guys, cute and colorful decks to beat the winter blues, to counterspell the shenanigans of the start of the year. Let's get into it. I love this new little kitty mat my bestie got for me. I don't know where she got it, but it's absolutely adorable. So I'm so here for these cute kitties, and I thought that it matched perfectly the vibe of today's video. Cute, colorful decks. We're gonna start with oracle decks, and then we will finish with tarot decks. So oracle decks wise, I want to start with actually the newest deck to my collection. You guys have not seen this deck before, as it is very new to me. It's a mass market deck, and it is perfect for this theme of cute and colorful decks to beat the winter blues, to bring some good vibe. This is the Take What You Need Oracle, an affirmation deck for tuning into your inner voice by Dani DiPiero. I actually originally gifted this deck to one of my best friends for her birthday, and she loved it at the time, and then I realized, you know what, I want it too because it's so cute, so I ended up picking it for myself as well. Here are the backs. This particular artist, Dani DiPiero, I follow on Instagram. They share a lot of like cute images with positive affirmation, and they ended up making a deck which is gorgeous. This is a mass market deck, and it literally on every single card you have a cute image and a little positive encouraging message. So it's absolutely perfect for this theme, you know, for this moment in time where you might want a little bit of a boost, where you might want something a little bit happy, where you might want something a bit fun. Here we have seek magic in life's mundane moments. Your instincts are good, you know the way. Seek comfort in those who are close to your heart. What you're currently going through is fulfilling a purpose. These are nothing huge and like groundbreaking, but they are a nice little affirmation to confirm you're on the right way, to give you a little bit of reassurance, a little bit of guidance, and a little bit of confirmation. So for me, I like to pull these at the end of a reading or at the end of my day when I'm super tired or flared up and I literally have zero energy to do a full tarot reading, but I just want a little message message from my guides. If I have a little question about something or I need confirmation, this is just one card, one message, no guidebook, and it's perfect for this kind of like small, quick, happy moment. I absolutely adore the artwork. I think it's beautiful, colorful, fun, and like I said, my bestie loved it. I ended up wanting to pick it up for me. I'm loving it, and so yeah, this is definitely a great choice for this category. It's not a deck I see a lot, and yet it's been out since last year at least. I'm definitely gonna be using this in future pick a card readings for like clarifying, ending up the reading. I've been using it consistently in January myself ever since I've gotten this, and I really like it. So that's the take what you need. You literally pull a card for what you need, have a little message, and it works beautifully. Also, those backs, even just the backs, are just perfect to brighten your day, I think. And the great thing about this is that it has 56 cards, so we love that, you know, a big chunky oracle deck. The Instagram account of the creator is positively present. Another oracle deck that is cute, colorful, that is perfect if you need a bit of sunshine. The Animal Kin Oracle, I have the French version by Sarah Wilder. You guys know this in English as the Animal Kin Oracle. This is a mass market deck. You can get, like I said, in English, in French. And this is an animal deck which comes with a really great guidebook. Here are the backs. Again, super colorful, super bright. We love it. And this is absolutely perfect for the theme of this video, as you're gonna see on every single card. Not only do you have the animal, but you have these gorgeous, very colorful, bright borders that match the artwork, and they just look so happy and nice when you are pulling several cards, when you are adding it to your tarot and oracle readings. I think the artwork is stunning. I love those gorgeous, colorful borders, and I love the fact that you don't just have the name of the animal on the card, but you also have a keyword. So for the eagle, we have strength, for example. For the horse, we have motivation. For the jaguar, we have intention. The way that this is split up is that each animal is divided into elemental categories, so air, earth, fire, and water. And the guidebook is fantastic. It talks about the animals' behaviors, how they sleep, or how they hunt, or how they behave. And then, of course, you get a guidance, something to take with you along the day. I really enjoy this animal deck. If you guys watch my channel, you know I love animal decks in general, whether it's tarot decks, oracle decks. I have a soft spot for animal decks because I love working with nature deck, with Gaia energy, with animal spirits. It's something that's very close to my heart. And this one is definitely a beautiful one that gives me cute, colorful, happy vibes. So I wanted to look at this cute piggy. I can't, it's so cute. It's linked to abundance. I can't, it's just adorable. I wanted to mention this one. It's a very well-known one. It's a beloved one. I know a lot of people have this. A lot of people enjoy it. And it's mass market. And I don't think last time I checked it was too expensive. So if you're in need of a little bit of a boost of energy, something cute, something happy with a good guidebook, work with animal spirits, I really recommend this one. It's well done. We have a lot of cards in this one again. We have 65 cards, a nice chunky oracle deck. The guidebook is juicy, like I said. You will always have 2 to 3 pages for each of the card, and really well done. I enjoy this one a lot. Let's continue with mass market oracle decks. I have lots of mass market options for you guys today, so that makes me happy. With another mass market oracle deck. I wanted to mention, if you're in need of a little bit of happy, colorful, cute vibes, of course, I have to talk about the Sign of the Times by Crystal Banner. This is a mass market deck by Hay House. Crystal Banner is a fantastic, talented artist. She is the artist of the Kaleidoscope Tarot, the Absolute Affirmations, amongst other cool decks. I think it's 44 cards, this one. Let me check. Yeah, 44 cards. There are the backs, again, impactful, fun. We love that. One is one I love to go to for reminding myself that there is magic in the mundane, because everything represented here is related to modern symbolism, things we might find in everyone's cars, everyone's homes, when we are going to work, when we are going for food shopping, when we are leaving our house. They are day-to-day modern objects or symbols that we can recognize, and yet Crystal has given them magical symbolism, has given them spiritual symbolism, and it's a really nice one to remember that even in our day-to-day mundane life, there are still things that are special, that are unique, that can remind us to come back to our spiritual selves, to our higher selves, that there are still ways for our guides to communicate with us, even through modern symbolism and day-to-day things. Overall, it's also a very happy deck. It looks cute, it's colorful. I love, Crystal's art style. It's very modern. Look at this gorgeous disco ball. I mean, when you pull this, you can't not be happy, right? This is good vibe. And I really enjoy this one. The guidebook is well written. It's a well-balanced deck. We have some more positive cards, some more negative cards. So I like that. It's a well-balanced deck despite the fact that it's colorful and fun. And it's a beautiful one to either pull a card a day, to either ask a question, a little bit more predictive question. It's great to pair with Tarot and Oracle decks. It's just a really cool workhorse deck, one that you can use for many different things. For me, it's one of those pocket knife deck. Is this a good mood deck? No, because I don't feel particularly emotionally tied to this deck. Like, it doesn't bring me an emotional reaction, but it's very useful in my readings. It's a reliable deck. It's a workhorse deck, so it definitely has its spot. It's in my collection and in this video, and I love this particular card. It's my favorite card. I love putting smiley faces on my nails, so this is definitely the best card in the deck for me. I love that one. The guidebook, for each of the card you have about a page of a message, and then you have additional meanings, like little key phrases. Straight to the point, not too much. Great if you need, like I was saying, either you have a question, you want a quick answer, you want to pull a card a day, or to add to your Tarot and Oracle readings as a clarifier. It works really well for that. Let's continue with Oracle decks, still a mass market deck, this time a French mass market deck. We have l'Oracle à haute vibration, literally meaning the Oracle of high vibrations. This is by Jenna Blossoms. The art style is by Clémentine Rocheron. I love this deck, you guys. This is so cute. It's colorful. It definitely is everything that this video entails. Here is the back, and we have gorgeous peach sides, which are probably some of my favorite edging I've seen. I love this little like light peach edging. It's very cute. Because this is called the Oracle of High Vibration, everything about this is meant to empower you, make you feel lighter, make you feel better. So it's really perfect for this selection of deck I wanted to share with you. And the cards are separated into two categories. We have the cards that look like this, that are a little bit more abstract. They relate to key concepts that are a little bit high vibe. So here we have intuition, we have love, higher selves, higher concepts that relate to things like faith, for example. And then you have cards that are actually illustrated with things actually depicted on them, not just these beautiful swirls. And so these are related to more actionable steps you can take to feel better, to raise your vibration, to come back to yourself, to feel a little bit more lighter. So here we have relationship with high vibrancy. So this is talking about checking in with your friends, connecting with people. Here we have practice gratitude. Here we have nourish your soul, so it could encourage you to do something you love, read a book you enjoy, something like that. Here we have abundance is calling. Here we have awaken your potential. And not only is the artwork stunning, I love what Clémentine Rocheron does. I think it's colorful, it's cute, it's joyful, but it's also a very good deck that has been with me every time I need a little bit of boost, every time I need something that's gonna remind me to, look at things on the brighter side, when I feel like I've fallen down into a little hole and I need to remember to look up and see the light. This is a very happy deck. It's a, high vibration deck. You're on the right path. Here we have give and receive. So it's a deck that's been very useful for me in my own practice, that I also love using for like tarot readings. I love using it in my pick-up pile readings, especially if I'm doing a reading around self-love or around messages from your guide, something loving and kind. And I love that there's two different cards between these beautiful concepts and then actionable steps that you can take. The guidebook is also well written. Obviously, this is all in French, so if you want to use it, you'd have to do a little bit of translation, but the French use is definitely not too difficult. It's quite straight to the point, so I think if you wanted to use Google Translate app or something, it'd be fairly easy. For each of the cards, you have a message, you have a ritual, so it could be a visualization, a meditation, journaling prompts, and then you have additional key messages. So the guidebook is also really well written. It gives you actionable steps, things you can do, suggestions of activities to help you feel better. I like that. Like I said, when I need a little bit of a boost, this one has proven to always be truthful useful and there for me, so I wanted to mention it as part of today's video. Obviously, great choice to beat the winter blues and to counterspell any heavy mood. This is great, l'oracle à haute vibration. Let's continue with Oracle decks. Of course, we have to talk about one Oracle deck that you guys know I have been absolutely loving since the end of last year. I've talked about it in many videos. I've noticed that now quite a lot of people have been talking about it as well, so I'm seeing this deck becoming a lot more popular, which is great. Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care, 52 cards for self-love and empowerment. This is a mass market deck, a deck I gifted to a few friends for Christmas, and they're all loving it, they're all obsessed, so that makes me very happy. And it's one that has been there for me as well, pretty much since I've gotten this back in December. So here are the backs, and again, this is a little affirmation deck, quite like the first deck I was sharing with you, the Take What You Need one. The idea with this one is that you pull one card, get a little message, and move on with your day. It's straight to the point, it's simple, but it holds wisdom, and whilst it's cute and colorful, because look at these boots, look at this cute froggy, I mean, come on, this is so fabulous. It is still deep. I love the juxtaposition of the absolutely adorable and fashionable frog with the quite deep and powerful affirmations. I think it's a beautiful juxtaposition of something that is cute and something that is useful, because they still not just give you affirmations that are very lighthearted. They will still talk about things that are a little bit more heavy, such as grief or fears or trauma, but always in a very empowering way, in a very like self-care kind of way. And this is amazing. You guys know I've been obsessed with this. Like I said, I've seen a lot more people now talking about it. It seems to be taking the world by storm, which makes me happy because everyone deserves this gorgeousness in their life. I've used it in so many readings, personal readings, client readings, pick a card readings. It is so great to wrap up the reading, get last message from your guides, get your little affirmation for the month, for the day, whatever. It's really sweet. There's like 52 cards, so you could use it every single week of the year if you wanted. It even comes with a little wooden stand, and it was super cheap. Like, I can't remember how much I bought it, but considering how many cards it comes with and the wooden stand and everything, it was a really good deal. So mass market, we love that. And look at this, my trauma doesn't make me less lovable. And this little potato seal is just so cute. Every time it comes up, I can't. Just, yeah, it's such a cool deck. Today is filled with infinite potential and possibility. This is a beautiful gift. Like I said, I've gifted this to some of my friends who love it. They're looking for a cute gift to give someone that still has an impact, something that would brighten their day. I can't recommend this enough. I had to include this as this selection of decks, because right now, for this time of year, with everything going on in the world, I think we all need some self-care, some beautiful affirmations, some reminders that there's some good out there, and a reminder also to take care of ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, and this does all of that. Let's continue with our Oracle decks, and then we'll move on to Tarot. For Oracle deck, I have to talk about, if we're thinking about cute and colorful decks to beat the winter blues, to bring some energy, to bring some happy vibe, to give us an energetic kick up the butt, of course I have to talk about the Rainbow Brain Skull Oracle. I have the indie version, but this is now available mass market. This is a really unique deck. It's by Ramina Razor. You can find them on Instagram. I really love their stuff. I'm always reposting their artwork because I think it's really fun and original. They also have an app for this deck, so if you wanted to give this deck a chance but you didn't want to get the printed version and you just wanted to see how it reads, you could get the app as well on your phone. And I believe the mass market version is very similar to the indie version, maybe just the like paper changes, the cardstock. Other than that, everything is very similar. There's a ton of cards in here. I can't remember how many, but I would say potentially 60 or something cards. For those of you who are not familiar with the Rainbow Brain Skull, you're gonna see the art style is quite unique. It's quite futuristic, and again, it talks a lot about energetics, higher self, creativity, and looking at life as if it was a video game where you get to choose how you want to play, the kind of player you want to be, the kind of vision of life that you want to be living, the kind of dimension you're ready to step into. And this is really cool. It's unique, it's original, and I really enjoy it for all of these reasons. And I need a reminder that I can control certain things, specifically my mindset when I need to remind myself that I'm not just a piece of driftwood floating in the ocean, but that I can also have some responsibility and agency, at least in the way I show up and the way I create and the way I engage in the world. This is great to remind me of all of those things. The guidebook is well written, short messages, but always impactful, very dedicated to, like I was saying, creativity and self-empowerment. This wants you to remind yourself that you can choose how you interact with the world, you can choose how you look at things, you can choose your perspective, and it also is always encouraging you to create, to show up, to bring your best self to the table. I really enjoy this one for all of these reasons. Well, especially when I need a little bit of a kick up the butt. It's great. I know a lot of us out there enjoy this one. It's a very popular deck, especially now that it's mass market and available and quite affordable. But yeah, look at it. What would ultra intelligent imaginary me do? Forever and wherever you will go, the choice is always yours to vibrate high or vibrate low. You have don't do everything, do the next thing. This is one of my favorite cards of the deck. I love that. You have just throw time at it until it's a thing. Don't spend time on it, spend time in it. What are the things you care about? It ain't always gonna be dirt. Right? Simple, straight to the point, but impactful. And sometimes we need those little reminders. I ended up using the app a ton actually, because I have the app as well on my phone. Every time I would be like, I don't know, having a little moment in a waiting room or something, I'm waiting somewhere for something, I'd pull a little card. It would always be impactful, a nice little reminder, something to brighten my day. So I had to include this deck in this video. The last Oracle deck I want to mention today, and then we'll move on to Tarot. It's a prototype. So this is an indie deck by Logan from Larkin Legend, and this is their upcoming Oracle deck. It's the Pink Sugar Oracle, and there's actually gonna be a Kickstarter campaign starting on the 11th of February to create this deck and bring it out to the world. So Logan very kindly sent me a prototype. The Kickstarter is coming very soon. I'm gonna make sure to leave it in the link to the Kickstarter down below so you can save the link, and so yeah, you can be reminded when the Kickstarter campaign will go live. And this has been my go-to right now for a cute and colorful deck. It's called the Pink Sugar Oracle. It is 56 cards. But before I get into it, I just want to say this is a prototype. The glitter effect, the holo effect on some of the cards are not as impactful as the finished product. Logan sent me the finished product, but I have not received it yet. As soon as I do, I'll share it obviously on my channel. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be actually making a dedicated video with all of the decks that I own from Logan. I like a creator spotlight, as I really have been enjoying their decks a lot and I wanted to like shout them out specifically, but this is still perfect for this kind of video, so I wanted to mention it. Just be aware, this is a prototype. The finished product with the glitter effect, the holo effect, will look even better. So here are the backs, and this is absolutely perfect for this particular theme because we are in these gorgeous pink themes. We have these gorgeous, like I said, holo effect. Again, it's another one that is very rooted in day-to-day, in things that we can find in our homes, in the normal day-to-day world. And yet Logan has managed to give all of these objects, all of these symbols, spiritual meanings to remind you that there's some magic in the mundane. And I absolutely adore that. It's the same artwork as their Black Salt Oracle, except this time for the Pink Sugar Oracle, as you can guess, everything is in these gorgeous pinks. I love the Black Salt Oracle, but because on that one things are definitely more black and hollow, the vibe is different. So whilst it's the same artwork and same symbols, they hold very different vibrations, these two decks. And again, we'll go into detail when I do a video about all of my decks from Larkin Legend, but this one has a more sweet kind of vibration. It has a vibration that feels a little bit more fun and childlike almost, whereas the Black Salt feels a little bit more grown up. This one feels a little bit more sweet, whimsical, and I need that sometimes, right? I need a reminder to have fun, to embrace my inner fool, to connect back to my inner child, and I absolutely adore this deck very much. It's been accompanying me all months of January. I'm gonna continue using it in February. I can't wait to use it for you guys on my Pick a Card channel, and I love that we have again symbolisms and objects that are very rooted in the mundane and yet that are in the guidebook linked to spiritual concepts, guidance, divination. It's just a nice reminder that even in our day-to-day, we can find some magic. And the guidebook, as with all of Logan's guidebook, is so well written. For each of the cards, we have keywords, we have an explanation as to what the card mean. So this is your guidance. This is, it's gonna ask some questions, potentially some divinatory meaning, a little bit of messages here to answer your question. And then on the other side, you always have creator's lens, which explains to you what this actual object means to Logan, or what was the inspiration behind the card, what it relates to, is there a specific memory behind it. And I love that so much because it allows you to really bond with the deck, knowing the inspiration behind each card, knowing what inspired the artist, and the creation of each card means that you can really relate to the deck and bond with the deck so much easier. So I love this one so much. I've been really enjoying it. Like I said, I will be doing a dedicated video sharing with you all of my Logan's deck, but for now, this is their upcoming one. I will make sure to leave the Kickstarter for the campaign that's coming soon in the description box. This deck needs to be brought out into the world because everyone needs this gorgeous deck. Look at this beautiful holo. Look at that. I mean, you can't have a bad day if you're using a deck that looks this gorgeous. This is giving me Sailor Moon, cherry blossoms. It's just absolutely stunning. So definitely make sure to check out the upcoming Kickstarter campaign because this deserves to be brought out to the world. It's so gorgeous. So that's the Pink Sugar Oracle. Like I said, this is the prototype. I'll make sure to leave the Kickstarter campaign in the description box and watch out for my dedicated video coming soon. But for now, let's move to tarot decks. Let's move on to all the cute and colorful tarot decks I've chosen to beat the winter blues and counterspell any bad vibes that might be installing into the start of the year. We're counterspelling all the bullshit with these gorgeous decks. I have 13 tarot decks to cover, so let's get into it. It's an indie deck, but the last time I checked, it was on sale for about $40. So I don't know if that's still the case, but if it is, great price for an indie deck. It's the Witchy Magic Tarot. This is by 12 Cats. And this is cute, this is colorful, it definitely fits the brief. This, as the name suggests, the Witchy Magic Tarot is a deck about cute little witches. I love it. It's one of my go-tos when I need something fantasy inspired but cute and whimsical. I love that we have a lot of like dragons and fairies and mermaids here, and it's just a very bright, colorful deck. It's not a good mood deck in the sense that it doesn't bring, you know, something so emotional in me, like it doesn't necessarily relate to a specific memory that makes me happy or a world that makes me happy, but it's a great deck. Like, it delivers, reliable, it always makes me smile when I use it. I love using it for reading for others as well. Definitely fit the theme of today's video, which was cute, colorful. I love that we have so many warrior knight women's. That's cool, that's badass. I love, like I said, that there's different fairies and different mermaids and dragons. All of the knights are handsome, so that's always a bonus. And it's just a good deck. Like, it's giving me a little bit Disney as well, which I enjoy. I think it's cool. Like, I really don't have anything bad to say about this deck. I enjoy it. Is this my favorite deck ever? No, I could live without it, but I don't want to because it's cute and fantasy inspired and it reads really well. So I wanted to bring this out because I haven't talked about it in a while, and yet it's one I've definitely enjoyed using for specifically reading for others. It just reads really well. It brings you to this magical, whimsical world. Some of the minors are a little bit more pepish, which I actually enjoy. Not all of the minors have people on them, which is a nice pace, nice change for me. I like that. It gives a little bit of breath, but most of them do. Most of them are like very RWS leaning. A great reader if you're looking for something a little bit witchy, a little bit fantasy, a little bit whimsical. This is great. Guidebook is so packed of information. It's crazy. It's written so small. I have very good vision, and even for me it's a little bit of a struggle. It's so small, but for each of the card you have key words, you have love and relationship meaning, general meaning, money and career, health, and then you have the same thing reversed. So reversed general, reversed love, reversed money and career, and reversed health. It's crazy the amount of information that is in this guidebook. Considering the style of the deck is very whimsical and fantastical, the guidebook is actually very much leaning into divinatory meaning and is great to help you doing readings on all the different themes, even like I was saying, money and career, or love and relationships. So really, really good guidebook. I was super impressed by how much they've put into this, upward and reversed. Definitely check it out. The only thing is you might need a magnifying glass because they had so much to say. It's written very small, but I was super impressed with this guidebook. Definitely another big bonus of this deck for me. Let's talk about an indie deck I've not talked about on my channel for a really long time, but I checked and it seems to be still available. I think the Etsy seller is taking a break, but it's not saying that it is out of print, so hopefully I think it's gonna come back. This is a deck I really enjoy using, but that I've realized I don't talk about enough, and yet it's perfect for this theme of this video as it's cute and colorful, and it is the Black Femme Tarot by Letitia Shelton, illustrated by Roberta Rodriguez. So this is actually a Kickstarter I backed, I don't know when it was, 2020 I think, or 2021, it was a long time ago, but now I believe you can get this deck on Etsy. Here are the backs, and look at these gorgeous pink sides. I mean, come on, when you see this, you can't be having a bad day. And one that goes so well with the Pink Sugar Oracle I was just sharing with you. This is a LGBTQIA plus deck, obviously. It's a gorgeous celebration of queer relationships, of queer love, gorgeous body diversity. It's an RWS pretty much clone, I would say, and it's just a joy. I love using this one for pick a card reading, for your reading for others, specifically if someone is asking me for something LGBTQIA plus as a tarot reader. I always like to have several options of those decks so that everyone who comes to me for a reading can feel seen, can feel understood. That's important to me. I think there's very much power in feeling like you can recognize yourself in a deck, and this is a beautiful representation of Black femme culture, of queer relationships, and I love the body image in this deck as well. Even for me, like, I'm not Black and I'm not part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and yet even using this deck for me, seeing all of these gorgeous bodies has helped me as well with my own body image, feeling more confident, feeling more in love with myself. So I really enjoy this one a lot. And again, look, it's colorful, it's cute, it's bright, it's joyful, and I really enjoy it. So I wanted to put it out there in case you guys might not be aware of this one, because it's definitely a gorgeous deck. It's beautiful, nice reinterpretation of the RWS. It's a modern deck. A lot of the depiction feel really rooted in modern day. They're relatable. This would be a great deck for beginners, as the guidebook is really well done, really well thought out. As I was saying, the guidebook is so well done. It's small but mighty. I love the graphic design in this. As you can see, for each of the cards, we have upward meaning, downward meaning, we have a message, we have some question for journaling. It's small, but it's impactful, and you can tell a lot of thought was put behind it. So I really, really enjoy the guidebook as well. I think it would be a great one for beginners if you are looking for a deck and potentially you want a deck that represents you, your community, and yet you've not really used tarot before. You would be fine using this because the guidebook is really holding your hand, giving you plenty to work with. So that's the Black Femme Tarot. Love that one, and actually I'm gonna be using it on my channel in the month of February for love readings. So if you want to see how it reads, definitely come and hang out on the Waves of Your Soul readings. I have a lot of fun love readings planned for February. Obviously, you know, it's Valentine's Day. We're going to do self-love readings. We're going to do love readings. Let's continue with a little indie deck that is cute, that is colorful, and that I always enjoy bringing out in my bag whenever I'm going somewhere. This is one of those that I grab to take with me because it's more pocket size, and that is the Sage Rabbit Tarot by Vermilion Collection. This is very cute, playing card size for sure. So for those of you who like mini decks, I think you would enjoy this one. Here are the backs, and as the name suggests, the Sage Rabbit Tarot, this is a deck that is all about super cute rabbits. I think this was released for the year of the rabbit. Last year was the year of the dragon, and they released a dragon deck. And this year, I think they're going to do a snake deck because this Chinese New Year was the year of the wooden snake, I believe. So I'm waiting to see if they're gonna be doing a snake deck because I have a suspicion that for every Chinese New Year, they're doing a deck dedicated to that particular zodiac sign. I am a horse sign in Chinese astrology. I'd love a horse deck with this cute art style because already the rabbit one is adorable and I love this little deck. It's literally RWS, these cute kind of rabbits. They all wear blush, which I live for. These cute rabbits with cute cheeks, I can't. And I love the Chinese inspiration, obviously. I think it's really sweet. I don't have a ton of Chinese decks, and yet it's a culture I really enjoy. I studied Chinese for a few years when I was younger. I just really enjoy this particular kind of inspiration, especially when it looks so cute like this. So very easy to read with. And like I said, because it's a little bit smaller, it's one I'm always taking with me. Look at this little goatee. I can't. A rabbit with a goatee. I didn't know in my life I needed a rabbit with a little goatee and a cute hat, and yet turns out I do. And you know, if I'm using this deck and then I pull this card, automatically my day brightens, right? There's no way I'm having a bad day when I see this. It's impossible, which is what this video is all about. It comes with a little guidebook, straight to the point. We have half in English, half in Chinese, only some keywords, uprights and reverse, nothing to write home about, but as this follows RWS, if you're familiar with the system, you will have no problem picking this up. Let's continue with another indie deck. This is probably my go-to when it comes to wanting something cute and colorful, and this is a good mood deck for me because not only is it cute and colorful, it also brings to me this emotional reaction that I'm looking for a good mood deck. It's definitely one of my favorites in my collection, and that is the Groovy Weight Tarot. Here are the backs by Tarot Collectible. So Tarot Collectible is a UK-based indie creators. I love their stuff. I've ordered pretty much all of their decks by now. I'm waiting on another few, so in my future hauls there'll be new Tarot Collectible decks coming up. This is the first one I got from them years ago now, and it is still a huge favorite. It's one of my go-to RWS clones. As you can see, it's very RWS, but in this cute, groovy, colorful vibes, and it makes me happy. So this is not just a deck that, you know, is cute and colorful, but this is also definitely a good mood deck in the sense that it brings a specific emotional reaction to me because I love the 70s, I love the fashion, I love the music. I'm definitely have, you know, music tastes that are not of this time. I love listening to vinyls. I don't really like what's going on the radio right now. For me, my favorite kind of music genres is like the Beach Boys and the Beatles. Like, that's my vibe. I listen to vinyls, I collect vinyls. So this is also a good mood deck for me because it resonates to an era that I love, even though I wasn't born in the 70s. I think I would have had a great time, and I just love this so much. It's fun, it's bright, it's cool, and it makes me happy. So I love all of Tarot Collectibles decks, but like I said, this one is particularly fun when you need a bit of energy, you need something happy, you need some good vibes. I think it's fabulous. It's super bright. I love that in the lovers we have a vinyl that makes me happy. I wanted to mention it. As with all of Tarot Collectible decks, we have extra cards. They're always fun. That's always something I enjoy as well. So for example, an alternative to the Emperor here is Smokey, which makes me laugh. Love that they do that. In most of their decks, they'll give you at least 2 or 3 cards that are alternative, so you can create the deck you want, pick and choose. That's always fun. And yeah, that's literally, if you're looking for RWS clones, but with something a little bit different, check out Tarot Collectible. There's something for everyone. There are zombie decks, there are groovy decks, there are cute, more like spring decks, winter decks, Halloween decks. I love their stuff. Like I said, I've ordered quite a few of their decks just before the whole like new laws for Brexit showed up, so I'm waiting for a few, but they'll be coming up in my next haul. Super excited. These are other creators. I'll be doing a video like a creator spotlight where I'll share with you all of my decks from them. Let's continue with a super cute indie deck that seems to be coming in and out of print, so I still wanted to include it in today's video because I don't think it ever truly goes out of print. I think they just like release new versions, so if currently you can't find it, I think it's because it'll come up with new version. They seem to be updating their decks very often, and it is the Cookie Story Tarot. I have the first version because I believe I got this back in 2022 or 2021, but I think now they're on version 2 or version 3 at least, so the box might look different, but I'm pretty sure the artwork is the same. Here are the backs. We have, again, gorgeous pink sides. Come on. Destiny are creators based in Thailand. They have a lot of cool decks and other awesome creators who like to do unique, fun, cute, colorful revisits oftentimes of the RWS. And this one is no exception. This is one of my cutest decks in my collection. It is a deck featuring little cute cookie people, but also inspired by pop culture and anime and video games, cartoons. So this is very sweet because not only do we have this world of little cookie people full of treats and ice creams and cakes, which always makes me hungry and yet make me happy, this is also very inspired by pop culture, anime and cartoons and Disney movies and Marvel and all of those. For example, here we have the Inside Out characters. We have some reference to Batman and to The Little Mermaid and to Aladdin. There are plenty of Easter eggs in this deck if you spend time to look for them. Here we have Pop High. So it's both a pop culture deck and a sweet deck, literally being full of cakes and cookies and ice cream. And so it feels quite chaotic in the best way possible, because who would have thought to mix cake, cute cookie people with pop culture and references to Marvel villains, for example, here? Not me. And you know what? It works. So I love this one. It's chaotic. It's one of those that it looks cute, but reads a little bit more impactful and in your face, and I quite like that. We have Harry Potter for the Page of Wands. We have the Joker for the Knight of Pentacles. It's crazy. It's a crazy deck, but it's so sweet. Come on, look at it. And every time I use it, it makes me hungry for treats. I have a huge sweet tooth myself, so this obviously makes me happy, and it's perfect for this particular theme, you know, cute and colorful decks to brighten your start of the year. I can't not mention this deck. It's everything that you might want. Fun, colorful, bright, bold, chaotic, ridiculous in the best way possible. So that's the Cookie Story Tarot. Let's move on with a mass market deck. A mass market deck that, again, bold, colorful, cute, bright, will bring some sunshine to your day. We have the Queer Tarot. This is a mass market deck. It comes with a fantastic guidebook, which is somewhere in my shelves of books, and I can't be bothered to get up. Here are the backs, and this is again an RWS clone. This time it is fully neon fluo, very bright colors. We're talking about fluo orange, fluo pink, fluo purple, which I adore. I think is very colorful, very bright. If you're looking for installing some colors into your readings, if you need something that will bring some of this bright energy, confident energy, then this is perfect. And not only that, obviously, but this is, being the Queer Tarot, this is a celebration of LGBTQIA plus community and people. Every person represented in this deck is someone who is part of the community. At the back of the guidebook, you are being told who is represented, which is great. So it's based on real people, actual people. This is just a gorgeous deck. Again, you know, for I told you, as a tarot reader, it's important for me to have decks that represent different kind of people, even if I'm not part of the community. As a reader, it's important for me, for people who are readers, to feel seen. I have a lot of friends who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, so it's important to me even to have decks that I can read with for them. But not only that, but this is a great RWS clone because it's colorful and it's gorgeous. So I love this one. It's mass market, easily available, and full of color. I mean, look at this. You know, the purples are super bright. The pinks feel very fluo pinks. An explosion of colors. If you're looking for like something that gives similar vibe to the Groovy Weight, but you're a bit on a budget, this is a great alternative. I would say this is definitely a dupe. It gives a similar vibe to the Groovy Weight, but much more affordable. So definitely perfect deck to bring in this kind of video, which is all about cute and colorful decks to brighten the day. You can't use this deck and be mad, right? It's just so fun, so bright. I love it, and I love this Knight of Cups so much. I think it's gorgeous. Let's continue with an indie deck. This is gonna be no surprise. I've talked about this deck a lot in my recent videos. You guys know it's a current favorite right now. It is the Cheeky Tarot by Danilo Sanino. This is a deck I personally got on Etsy, but then Danilo left a comment in one of my recent videos, and he said that his decks were also available on Vinted, the website, for purchase for EU and Belgium at a much more affordable price than on his Etsy website. So that's something to note. If you guys are in the EU, you might want to check out his shop on Vinted, as apparently he sells his decks here cheaper than on Etsy, because on Etsy there's more taxes and stuff. But again, this is an RWS clone. Can you tell? There's gonna be a lot of them out there. You guys know it's my jam, and you guys know that for me, when I need something fun, bright, and easy to use, personally, I go to RWS. I know some people will go to TOS, some people will go to Marseille. For me, I'll go to something that I know I can use easily and without any headache, that's not gonna give me pause, that's not gonna require me to sit with it for ages. And so for me, that translates to using the RWS. This is currently one of my favorite RWS reinterpretation because it is drawn in this absolutely adorable, cheeky, cartoonish style, and it makes me so happy. And I know it makes a lot of you happy, because I've had tons of messages and comments and DMs about people saying you also got this deck after seeing it on my channel and that you loved it, and that makes me very happy. I love Danilo's art style, I love the cheeky style, I love the cartoonish vibe, and every card, if you look at it closely, you'll see little details that will make you smile, that will make you happy. So for me, this is also a good mood deck, in the sense that not only is it cute and colorful, but it also brings a certain emotional value to this, which is, it makes me personally happy, makes me feel warm in my heart, So this is also definitely a good mood deck. We have, for example, on the Two of Pentacles, the little detail of the sweating. It's simple, but it's effective. For the Three of Swords, we see this cloud crying. It's so cute and just sweet, and this definitely feels like it speaks to my soul, this deck. I don't know, some decks like that you just feel like you resonate with. I love this little doggo on the Fool. Every time I see it, it cracks me I adore it. So this is absolutely a favorite for right now. I think it could be in my favorite decks of 2025, to be honest, because it just makes me super happy. For the Four of Pentacles, I love the fact that this person has been sitting for so long. Their hair has overgrown everywhere, they literally are looking like a sheep that needs to be shaved to bring wool out, because they've been sitting so long, their hair has gone crazy. It's a lot of little details that are small but effective, and just a very happy deck. So yeah, that's the Cheeky Tarot. If you're looking for something easy to use, that follows the RWS, that will make you happy and bring some good mood vibes, definitely I recommend it. Moving on, let's go back to mass market. We have the Rainbow Tarot. Talk about cute and colorful, you guys. You have to talk about the Rainbow Tarot. This is by, who published this? Chronicle Books. I think I paid less than 15 euros for this one, mass market. So definitely a good, affordable tarot deck. Originally it was indie, and look at those bags. Just those bags make you happy, right? This originally was an indie deck, and then it was picked up as mass market. The great asset of this deck is definitely its colors. It's a very bold, bright, a little bit whimsical and childlike in its energy, and for that reason it makes me happy. This is a deck that I love using for other people. It loves chatting for other people, it loves reading for other people. It's become kind of a workhorse deck for me, not for myself so much but more so for reading for others. It loves doing readings for other people. It feels like a really good workhorse deck. Is this a good mood deck for me? Not really, because like I was saying to you, for me, good mood deck needs to have an emotional response. It needs to make me feel something very strong, whether it's like a good memory coming back or reminding me of something I enjoyed as a child, or just making me feel happy and warm inside. It doesn't necessarily do that for me, but it is very reliable and it reads really well, which is why I ended up using it a lot for other people. It is definitely belonging in this particular video. It's mass market, so easy to find. If you're looking for something a little bit hand-drawn, childlike, whimsical, this is a great one. Like I said, it used to be indie. Now we have the chance to have it mass market. I love this hermit. I love the outfits on all of the people. I love the little different creatures. Not all of them are human, and it's a nice little touch. Something very whimsical, I would say, very fantastical. And when you are doing your reading and you see all those different colors together, all the cards together with different backgrounds, it's very impactful. This magician is also one of my favorite cards of this deck. So beautiful. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. It reads so well, and like I said, it loves reading for other people. I love this 9 of Pentacles as well, with the little heart and the little snail on the hat. It's adorable. The Rainbow Tarot, and look at the box. Even the box is adorable. We have these holo details. Very well done. Talking about cute mass market deck, we have to talk about the Kawaii Tarot. Come on, this is adorable. Talking about cute and colorful decks, you can't not talk about the Kawaii Tarot by Lulu Mayo. This is published by Rock Point. Again, mass market, so easy to find. Whilst the Rainbow Tarot still mostly depicted people or humanoid creatures, the Kawaii Tarot is definitely more animal based, and as the name suggests, a lot more kawaii in the art style. So they're both cute, they're both colorful, but they don't give me the same vibes, as you're gonna see, right? The Rainbow Tarot felt very whimsical and a little bit fantastical. This one feels a little bit more kawaii, Japanese inspired. A lot of chunky animals, chunky bunnies, chunky little creatures, chunky pandas, and that honestly makes me happy. So this is a very beloved deck in the community. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with this one. It's one I see often in videos, I see often on Instagram, and for good reason. You can't use this deck and be mad, you guys. You know, it's just colorful, bright, very well thought out. I think it would be a great deck to gift to potentially someone a little bit younger, maybe teenagers. If teenage me had this deck, she would have been squealing, right? I think teenage Marine would have really liked this. And this is another one that I tend to grab a lot for reading for friends specifically, because a lot of my friends like cute things, so it always makes them happy. The fact that it's mass market, I can take it out the house, I don't care, I can take it to the beach, wherever we're potentially going, and it doesn't matter if it gets damaged because I can easily replace it. But it's one, it always makes people happy when they use this deck. It's like a nice way to bring, it can bring heavier messages, but with this like sweet, happy kind of cute style, and so it's one that my friends really enjoy, so I've used it a lot for them. And like I was saying, if you're reading for someone a little bit younger as well, I've used it for like a younger sister of one of my friends, and she loved it because she loves Japanese culture, so that made her super happy. My favorite card, this is why I bought the deck, because this I can really this is me in a deck. The feeling of like, too many cheese, not enough space in the stomach. How will I ever cope about eating all this cheese? You know, this is just a vibe. I love this little creature. Having a cheese on my tarot card is not something I thought I needed in life, and yet here we are. This is why I bought the deck. This card right here, I love it so much. It makes me so happy. You know, I'm a French frog, so obviously I love cheese. I'm a cliché like that, and so this gives me life. Let's talk about a mass market tarot deck that you can only find now as the French version, and that is Le Tarot du Voyage Lumineux by Jessica Allaire. Originally, this was available in English mass market as well. You guys called it the Vivid Journey Tarot. However, in English, it is no longer available mass market. I don't know why, it's such a shame because this is amazing. So you can't find it in English anymore mass market, it's out of print, but in French, it's still in print. So if you like this, I highly recommend you picking up the French version, because this is amazing. This is one of my go-to when I need something cute and colorful. This is the definition of cute and colorful, and you're gonna see why. So it comes with a very gorgeous chunky guidebook, all in French obviously, but super well written. If I have anyone who is either willing to translate the guidebook or who is French speaking, I really encourage you to read the guidebook if you have this deck. It's really well thought out, because the way that this was created by Jessica is that she created this deck to help help her learn tarot at the time. So everything written is very beginner friendly to help you understand tarot through her sharing her experience of learning tarot. And so I think it's fantastic as a beginner deck because she really helps you come up with your own meanings. She shares how she learned tarot herself and sharing how to tap into your own intuition to create your own meaning, your own intuitive links and connection to the tarot. So really, really good guidebook. And on top of that, the artwork, you guys. The artwork is gorgeous. It's bright, it's colorful, and I absolutely adore it. I've had this deck since last year, and it's one I love to use. Mostly for me, right? So whilst the Kawaii Tarot and the Rainbow Tarot are decks I've used a lot for others, this one is definitely one I tend to go to for myself. It's like that sweet spot for me between something colorful, bright, and happy, but still gentle and kind of like a hug deck. There's something about this deck that makes me feel comforted. So it's that sweet spot for me between something very happy and good mood, but also very gentle and like a hug deck. I love the use of color. We have this limited color palette of purple, yellow, blue, and red. And I love the purple against the yellow. It's so striking. The artwork is really sweet. It's an RWS rendition, so it's not a clone, but it definitely is easy to use straight out of the box. And there's just something very sweet about this one that really speaks to my soul. So this is one I love using for myself. I love this deck card so much. If you guys are liking this deck, I encourage you to pick up the French version. Like I said, the English version is hard to find now, but we're lucky that the French version is still available mass market. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description box so you can check it out. Look at this moon card, it's so sweet. This is one I need to bring out for you guys for a pick a card reading. I'm realizing I've been keeping this to myself, which is bad. I need to share this with you guys. You deserve this gorgeousness as well. So I'm gonna make a conscious effort to bring this out to read for you guys as well. But for myself, it's one I've really enjoyed a lot. One I kind of go to anytime I need both a hug and comfort, but also when I need a bright spark of color, something positive, something optimistic. I need to see the light, right? When I need to remember life can be bright and fun and joyful. This is definitely one I have been going back to. Really lovely. I need to edge this, right? What do you think? Let me know in the comment, but I should edge this in purple maybe? Let me know if you think that would be good. Or should I edge this in yellow or in red? I think purple potentially because it would go better with the back. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And of course, let me know in the comments if you guys have any of those decks, if you like them, if you don't like them, if you have other recommendations of cute and colorful decks to beat the winter blues. Let's chat in the comments. You know I love to hear from you. It's always a pleasure to read you. One of the most recent cute and colorful decks in my tarot collection. You will have seen this if you watch my letters haul. If you've not watched my letters haul, I'll make sure to put it in the card somewhere. We have the Playful Heart Tarot by Kitten Shops. This is an indie deck, and this is the definition of cute and colorful. Can you tell that I have a soft spot for this kind of deck? And I told you guys, I picked 20. Otherwise, we could have been here all day. This is not even all of my cute and colorful decks. I just had to choose. So I picked 20 tarot oracle decks all together. But one day maybe I should do a video sharing with you all of my cute and colorful decks. One day I'll do a video where I share with you all of my decks. I'm at about over 300 now though, so I would have to split it into a separate category, but there's also a part of me that thinks it would be so epic and pretty cool to have a collection video of like hours long because I don't know, it would be super long to make and it would be a headache and it would take me months to film, but also the idea of having a collection video that's like 5, 6, 7 hours long. Crazy, but also epic to me. So I need to work on this idea. Yeah, you guys let me know because I think there would be something quite fun about having a super long collection video. And I still could split it between oracle decks and tarot decks, and I could even split it between mass market tarot and indie tarot. But even if I did that, each video, like in the tarot deck, would still be at least 3-4 hours long, I think, because there's a lot of decks to talk about. But I think that would be pretty epic to have collection videos that are like 4 hours long instead of like 4 videos that are 1 hour long. I don't know. You guys let me know what you would prefer. When I asked on Instagram that question one time, people said they would love long videos rather than like 10 videos of 1 hour. Everyone seemed to veer more towards the idea of like longer videos and fewer videos rather than lots of videos that are shorter for collection ones. I'm open to suggestion. Let me know in the comments if you prefer lots of collection videos on lots of themes, or if you prefer fewer ones but that last really long time, so you can put them on and then you can do stuff with your day, you can revisit them, you can listen to them in the background. Like, let me know. Anyway, let's go back to the Playful Heart Tarot. As you can see, it is definitely sweet, cute, colorful, and so happy. This deck has surprised me because it reads very direct and honest. It's not a hug deck for me at all. It calls me out on my bullshit, which I did not expect. I fully bought this deck thinking it was gonna be a deck for me to go to when I'm feeling low and I need a hug, and this deck was like, no. Let me tell you exactly where you're wrong. Let me show you exactly how you're full of shit. But let me do it with cute, adorable little creatures. So it's unique in my collection for that reason. I, as you've seen, have a lot of cute decks, but none that read as direct and honest as this one. So for that reason, it's definitely unique and it stands out. I am yet to use it for other people. I need to do that so I can figure out if it reads the same for me as it does for others. But for myself, for my own personal use so far, it's been very direct and yet very useful for that reason, right? Sometimes you need decks that are gonna call you out, and the fact that it does so, looking so cute, it's like getting bitch slapped by Tinkerbell, right? That's the vibe. I'm really looking forward to using it for you guys on my Pick a Card channel on the Waves of Your Soul reading, because I'm very curious to see how it's gonna read for other people. If it's gonna be as direct and brutally honest for me as it is for others, or if it's just a me thing. We'll figure it out. Absolutely adorable backs and gorgeous production quality, linen cardstocks. The box is beautiful, so much attention to detail, just really nice. We have 2 more decks, you guys. Are you still with me? If you're still with me, leave me a little kitty emoji in the comments. Let's talk about the Birds and Flowers Tarot. This is an indie deck by Vermillon Collection. I originally got the pocket version of this deck by mistake, and so I went back on the website and ended up ordering the regular size because I'm not a huge user of pocket decks, although I have a few and I enjoy them. I definitely prefer regular size tarot deck. So I've kept the pocket edition to give to a friend who I know will love it, and I ended up purchasing the regular size of this deck for myself. Here are the backs. We have these gold antique sides, and this is again super colorful, super cute, a little bit more pipish in that sense, and one I'm really enjoying right now because I'm having a bit of a pip moment, you guys, which is quite unique. Normally, you know, I'm an RWS girly. You've seen it with all of the RWS reinterpretation / clones I've shared with you today, but this somehow at this moment in time I'm definitely feeling called to use decks that are a little bit more pared down, a little bit less busy, and this one has been a very big go-to for me because it still gives me that colorful vibe I'm very much enjoying right now. I'm trying to, like I said, counterspell all the shit happening from the beginning of the year by bringing some color and cuteness to my life. I like that some of the minors are a little bit more pared down, so it's that perfect mix for me, this one right now, of color, cuteness, and a little bit of space, right? A breath of fresh air. I imagine that for those of you who have the Spacious Tarot, I don't have it, but I have a feeling it would be a similar kind of vibe of like something cute and colorful, but that is giving you some space to breathe. This is definitely giving me that right now. I love that we have only outlines of people with no faces. It makes it easy to project people or yourself into the card, and not all of the minors are pips. As you can see here, we have the outline of a church, but some of them are a little bit more pip adjacent, and right now it's really a vibe. So I love that the minors are color coded. For the cups we have all of these blues. For the pentacles, they are all in this gorgeous like dark green, as you can see here. The wands are all in these peach colors, and then the sword are all in these purple kind of coloring, and then the majors are all different colors. So I really like that when you are doing a spread, it's vibrant, it's bold, and yet you recognize easily when you have several cards from the same suit. It's a really nice deck. I love this Strengths card, and one I'm using a lot right now and that I will continue to use in the month of February. It's giving me space to breathe right now, which is great. Like I said, January has felt very heavy. I've been having, honestly, a really shit month, if I'm gonna be honest. It was awful. Physically, I was going through it, my chronic health, chronic pain. I've had a lot of injuries, a lot of problems. So I've been using some decks that are more gentle and kind, and also decks that allow me to breathe and that feel a little bit more in tune with working with brain fog and feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the pain. This deck seems to work really well for me in that sense, because even when I'm in a lot of pain and I feel like I can't quite focus on things that are too busy, this still gives me color and vibrance, but in a more pared down way, which is exactly what I need right now. This, like I said, is the Birds and Flower Tarot. You can get a pocket edition, which is the bird version, and this one is the flower deck, which is actually regular size. So depending what you guys prefer, if you prefer pocket, you can get the birds version. If you prefer tarot size, you get the flower version. It's the same artwork, the same backs, just literally the size that changes. So that's that one, and we're gonna wrap it up with the last tarot deck I wanted to share with you today, which is actually a new one to my collection. I've not shared it on my channel yet. The Steampunk Fairy Tarot, which is so fun. This is by Pamela Chen, illustrated by Ashley Cassidy, by Llewellyn. Here are the backs. It's steampunk, so you're gonna see that inspiration throughout the deck. And I've actually edged my deck in this kind of like antique gold because I thought it would go really well with the backs, so I'm happy with that. It was a fun little project whilst I was watching Drag Race, edging this deck. I hadn't edged in a deck in ages, so it was a nice change. As the name suggests, is a deck full of fairies with steampunk inspiration, and what I loved about this deck, what made me want to order it, was the fact that for a fairy deck, we have quite a lot of like diverse skin tone, which is quite rare. A lot of the fairy decks mostly represent fairies with white, lighter skin tones, and this deck definitely has fairies with a more very diverse kind of array of skin tones. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted this deck. The other reason is that I love this idea of like fairies meeting steampunk. It reminds me of shows I love, such as Dimension 20, for example, giving me a little that are inspired by D&D, because the idea of having fairies that are tinkerers, for example, just automatically my brain goes to D&D, right? So that's another reason why this makes me happy. On top of that, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous, and something I didn't expect, because I ordered this when it came out, but it took months to come. So this has been out, I think, since November, but it only arrived to me like literally a week ago, so end of January. I did order it as soon as it came out, and then I didn't watch any reviews because I wanted to keep the surprise of opening it for myself, right? I didn't want to be influenced. I saw some images, I knew I wanted it, I ordered it when it came out, and then I avoided reviews from people to not be influenced until I had the deck in my hand. So I didn't realize that this came with an amazing guidebook, and I've been reading the guidebook this week, and I'm so impressed, you guys. This is one of the best guidebooks I've read recently in terms of mass market decks. It's really well done. We have, Pamela Chen has done a fantastic job. For each of the card, you have what they called clockwise divination, so that's the upward meaning, counterclockwise, that's the reverse meaning, and ignition, all of this theme of steampunk. We're continuing with this idea of like steampunk vibe, clocks, all of that is so cool. With the ignition, these are actually actionable steps you can take to put these into like actions. Yeah, Marine, great English. Actionable steps you can put into action. You guys know what I mean. This part, the ignition, is what you can actually do to move on. Sometimes you get a tarot reading, you get the guidance, and then you're like, okay, but what do I do with that, right? This will tell you, this is what it means, and then what do you do from there? How can you put that forward? How can you bring the guidance from this knowledge, from this guidance, and actually apply that to your life in a useful, applicable way? So I was really impressed by how well thought out, well written the guidebook is. You also have a mantra or affirmation for each of the card. The beginning of the tarot of the guidebook explains to you how to engage with the deck in a way that I think you could definitely use for any kind of deck. Like the advice that is given to you around how to connect with a deck, you could apply to any other tarot deck you have. You have some great spreads, really fun spreads that are all on the themes of this like steampunk vibe. I'm really, really impressed by this guidebook. One of the best guidebooks I've read that comes with a mass market deck in months. Would highly recommend for beginners. If you're looking for a deck that will hold your hand a little bit and you're enjoying this kind of like fairy steampunk vibe, really recommend it. The great guidebook is definitely a huge bonus for me. So as you'll see on the wands, we have these gorgeous salamanders. The pentacles are actually my favorite suit because for the pentacles we have all these little gnomes and I live for them. I adore them. They definitely give me Tinker vibes from D&D. For the swords, we are definitely more in, I would say, traditional fairyland with fairies with wings. And finally, with the cups, we have fairies who can turn into seals, which I believe traditionally Celtic creatures, mythological creatures of a kind of fairies who could turn into seals. So each suit represents different kind of fairies or beings that are linked to fairy world. And then the majors is just different kind of steampunk inspired fairies. They're cute, they're badass. We have also a good age diversity here and it's just adorable. This makes me happy. Like I said, I'm super impressed with the great guidebook and I've been really enjoying this one. So this I'll definitely share in my next haul. But I also want to use it for reading for you guys. Special shout out to the knights who are potentially the best cards in the deck. The knights are so cool. They all ride different creatures that are made like constructs and all of the knights are awesome. For the Knight of Pentacle, we have this ladybug kind of construct that she's riding. The Knight of Sword is riding a kind of like wasp construct. The Knight of Wands is riding a Scorpio kind of mechanical construct, which is super badass. I mean, look at her. She is awesome. Finally, the Knight of Cups is riding this hammerhead shark kind of construct. Again, really cool. I just love the court card in this deck. They're well thought out. I think the knight particularly are really impactful, so I just wanted to shout them out as they're some of my favorite cards of the deck. And that is my last deck, you guys. Oh my god, this is gonna be an epic long video. And as you can tell, I'm losing my voice, so thank god we are at the end because I'm starting to sound like a real French frog. But I hope you enjoyed this little fun, light-hearted video of selection of decks that are cute, colorful, fun to beat the winter blues. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed any of these decks, if you have them, if you don't have them, if you like them. Let me know what other cute and colorful decks you enjoy for this kind of idea. Beating the winter blues, counterspelling the heaviness in the world, bringing some fun, happy vibes to your readings. I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!